Good boy. Good job. Come in and sit down here. Listen to Daddy talk about golf and improving at your golf game. Because in this video we want to share an unorthodox tip with the audience that has the intention of improving their golf game. And it's based on real world observations. So last week I shot a 69, played really good. And yesterday I shot a 74, played well again. And the two rounds were in completely different conditions. And my observations of both my game and the game of my playing partners led me to the tip that I want to share with you today that I really think will improve your game and help you shoot lower, shoot more consistent. And I think it's a tip that's often overlooked when you're looking to improve at golf. It's not like super straightforward. And as I said, I think if you adopt these principles, you're just really going to see a lot of lower scores and you're going to feel better while you're playing golf. So we're going to jump into it. We're going to get the dog back first, though. Renton, come. Come on. So last week, the 69, I teed off around 10:30 and it was about 68 degrees, 70 degrees, almost no wind. Really nice conditions, probably the most optimal golf conditions, I would say. And I shot really well on the front nine. I was 4 under. My playing partners were cruising. It was a team game, a money ball event, and we were all playing really good. We got to the turn, sat in the clubhouse. It's a 9-hole course, so we had to wait a little bit for the first tee again. And it was about 12:30 by this time, and it had got up to about 85, 87 degrees. Really hot, super humid. All the moisture from the morning was evaporating, so it was just like hot and sticky. And I noticed that my game dipped a little bit. I went from 4 under, I bogeyed 10, parred 11 and bogeyed 12, the only 2 bogeys of the day. But then I got back on course and I finished pretty much 1 under the rest of the holes and was pretty happy with how I bounced back. But my playing partners completely capitulated. They just went from playing really steady golf to terrible golf. And one of them even said, I'm absolutely cooked. There's no way I can play in this. I just want to get in the clubhouse, words to that effect. And then when we did get in the clubhouse, I looked through all the scores and it was the same pattern. Around that 10, 11, 12 mark when the weather was really hot, going out into the back nine, people's scores got progressively worse. And I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. That's an interesting observation for it to be so consistent across like 16 people that were playing in the competition. And I was like, something to this to share on this channel. And then when I played yesterday, the conditions were completely different. It was like 65 degrees, pretty cold, windy, and then there was rain on and off throughout the day. And during the rain periods and the wind was up, again, the patterns were pretty consistent where people's game just fell apart. And by like 13, 14, the conditions were getting really bad and it was progressive. Everybody's scorecards tailored off, including mine. I finished bogey, shot 4 over, played pretty good, played reasonable, and was happy how I adjusted to the conditions. But again, a very similar pattern. So the tip that I want to share with you, based on what I saw, is that golf is a game of, yes, it's about your swing, yes, it's about ball striking, but it's also a game of being able to thrive and do well in various conditions. And I think people overlook this. I don't think anybody really focuses on this, but it really is true. How you do in the heat, how you do in the wind, how you do in the rain is going to dictate your scores. Because I noticed, and if we bring this scale up here, a lot of the guys that I was playing with, especially on Friday when it was really hot, because I know those guys better, the 2 guys that fell away the most are office workers. So they're spending the vast majority of their time in the office. They spend a limited few hours outside of AC per week playing golf. So when the conditions got really hot, they just were not used to it. They just completely capitulated. And on the other end of the scale, there was me and another guy that I was playing with that works outside sometimes, but he's also more of an office worker than me. I'm outside all the time, especially with the dog, especially throughout the summer. I'm outside as much as possible. So I'm more acclimatized to just the general conditions of this area. So when it did get really hot, yes, my game faltered a little bit. I didn't play my absolute A+, but I didn't completely capitulate and I bounced back. As soon as I had that little adjustment period, 1 to 2 holes, I was back and I felt really comfortable again. I didn't mind the heat, was walking around, having fun, no problem. And I'm obviously not saying this to boast, like, look at me, I'm the outdoor man. I'm sharing it with you because it's something that you can work on actively to improve your game. And it's kind of like a passive skill, right? Just being outside, being more comfortable in the conditions, because the exact same thing happened yesterday when I played. I'm out in the wind, I'm out in the rain with the dog consistently. In fact, I really like coming out in the rain because it's quiet, it's just me and him. We we have a great time. So I'm used to it. I'm used to the rain smashing into my eyes. I'm used to operating in those conditions. So therefore, when it occurs in golf, I don't get too flustered by the conditions. Whereas a lot of the guys yesterday just couldn't wrap their mind around playing in the wind and the wet. They were just like, oh, and then it gets in their head, and before you know it, their game's just gone to pieces. So it really is a factor in the game of golf. You have to harness your environment, and you cannot be controlled by the environment. And the best way to do that is to be outside, to get used to your conditions and be outside as much as possible in difficult conditions. You know, if it's 100 degrees out, rather than just sitting inside with AC, it's like go out and acclimatize yourself, go out, work out. Obviously be careful with hydration, and you've got to build yourself into this. It's almost like a muscle. It's another part of your game. It's go out there and get a workout in, sweat more. And I guarantee that if you could do that consistently, when you're out on the golf course, everybody around you will be cooking. Everybody around you will be like, oh my God, it's so hot. Nobody can play around in this. This is too much. You'll just be on cruise control. Yes, you'll be sweating. Yes, you may be a little bit uncomfortable at times, but your game will just continue to thrive. And you see this with the pros, you know. The reason that they're really good is because they're out in the environment, in the conditions, playing a lot. And if you're like me, you don't have as much time as them to be actually playing golf all the time, but you can be outside as much as possible and really focus on that as part of your game improvement strategy, is get used to the conditions. I just remembered a really easy way to be outside more when you're not even outside is when you're driving, don't have AC on, roll your windows down, let the heat in, and you do that long enough, you're going to get more acclimatized, and it's just a really easy way. So there you go. Roll your windows down, shoot lower scores. Did you think that you'd be learning that today? Probably not, but I guarantee it's going to work. I really think if you do this and you track it over time, your game is going to improve. You're going to feel a whole lot more stable. You're going to feel more comfortable across a wide range of conditions, and therefore you're going to shoot lower, you'll be harder to beat, and you'll just have more fun. Because if you're getting controlled by the conditions, it is no fun. When I see those dudes getting baked and their heads all boiled up and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Equally, when I see them getting smashed by the wind and they just don't know what to do, it doesn't look fun. I feel for them, I have empathy for them, you know. And I'm like, well, if you just spent more time outside, maybe things would be better. So I want to share that with you today, because I don't think it's something that's often spoke about, is that golf is a game of condition management as much as it is swing and ball striking and all that. And if you are not managing the conditions and getting more used to it day by day, week on week, the condition's going to control you, and that's not what you want. Get out there, have fun, be outside, get a black Labrador, tell him to come, and then see how he didn't come there. Unbelievable. You're supposed to do that for the video. You're supposed to be instant recall for the video. Come on over here, tell him about yourself. Here, what do you shoot? What's your favourite wedge? Come on. Oh, camera shy. Camera shy. Here. Look, tell him. Oh, hang on a minute, Snuffle Pig. Alright, thanks very much for watching. Have a good one. Much love. See you next time.